In this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can book 20 sales calls a month. Now, when I say 20 sales calls, I mean 20 qualified sales appointments in your calendar that typically come through inbound. Now, I know a lot of people receive DMs and emails from agency owners and other entrepreneurs that promise that they can build you a system that will typically get you 20 to 30 sales calls every month in your calendar, or you don't pay, or one of these typical offers. What I'm about to share with you in this video can be implemented almost immediately, but it's going to require a little bit of work. As long as you follow the steps that I talk to you about in this video and you implement them in exactly the way that I explain to you here, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that you're going to be successful. This is based on the process that I use personally for my company, and it's also based on the process that we've implemented for dozens and dozens of clients in the professional service space. The thing is, if you're struggling to get clients, that's probably the reason why you're watching this video. But the reason why you're not getting clients is because you're not thinking about it in the right way. You see, getting clients is actually easy if you implement the right processes. It's kind of like when you want to create a new habit, or if you want to achieve a new goal, you've got to create the habits to get there. It's the same process with attracting clients. And if you miss out certain pieces of that process, you're going to struggle. You're going to hit a wall. Now, oftentimes for new business owners, new entrepreneurs, you hit that wall and you don't actually realize why you're hitting the wall. That's why I want to make this video to try and explain how you can get past those obstacles and actually make life easy for you and to ensure that you get clients doing something that you actually enjoy. I'm not going to tell you that you need to send hundreds and thousands of DMs and emails and things like that, because if you're anything like me, you've probably tried that before in the past, and you know full well that if you just do that, you're probably going to get the same results that you've been getting in the past. Other marketers, other agency owners will tell you that you need to follow a very specific copywriting process to create your emails. You've got to do something in a very specific way. That's nonsense. If you want to get clients, you just have to do the same thing that the most successful businesses out there in the world do, and that is a little bit of everything, but in a way so that it operates like a flywheel. So that's why flywheel marketing is the most efficient way to get clients. It's also the most fun way for you to get clients. It's also the best way for you to shorten your sales cycle because it's based on content and creating valuable pieces of information and valuable assets that actually help your customers. This is a missing piece of the puzzle. Typically, the reason why you're not getting clients in your business, the reason why you're not getting 5, 10, 15, 20 sales calls a month is because you don't have value enough pieces of content or assets that actually helps your customers or your potential customers get results. Now, if you're still watching this and you think that 20 sales calls a month is going to be too much, I guarantee that if you follow the steps in this video, you'll at least be able to get an extra 5 to 10. And the cool thing about this is that you can actually pick and choose the clients that you get, you can qualify them more, and you can turn it on and off like a tap. So if you're overwhelmed with a lot of clients, a lot of booked calls, you can decide to stop everything, slow things down. Or if you want to get more than 20 sales appointments a month, you can obviously scale this thing up, which I'll discuss later on in this video. So the flywheel all comes down to building an audience. If you just set up an email campaign, a cold email campaign going out to 10,000 different people every month, which a lot of people do, you might get some results. But the thing is, as soon as you stop sending those emails, you're probably going to struggle to get sales. A lot of these big email providers are preventing people from setting up mass cold email campaigns. They're trying to stop this. So this isn't going to be a profitable approach in the future. Equally so, sending mass DMs, buying LinkedIn accounts, Facebook accounts, and just mass DMing people, although that can work, it makes you look very spammy, it annoys a lot of people, and it's just not sustainable in the future. The world is changing. Social media is changing. It's all about being authentic and organic and using those methods like DMs and email campaigns to provide value to people, which I'll explain a little bit later in this video. So you need to build an audience this year. The fastest way for you to get 20 sales calls a month, if that's your goal, is to start building an audience. Create video content, put it on YouTube. I'd recommend YouTube for anyone in any industry. It's just the best place ever for you to grow an audience and to get really high quality sales appointments or really high quality customers. And it's also not easy to build a subscriber base on YouTube. So if you do manage to do it, it makes it very difficult for your competitors to catch up with you. The fact that it's not easy to do should make it even more relevant that you need to be putting some effort into it this year. You want to get ahead of the competition that you have. So I'm going to challenge you to create 2 to 3 videos every week for the rest of the year. If you want 20 sales calls a month, if you follow nothing else that I tell you in this video, follow this one piece of advice, which is to make 2 to 3 videos for YouTube every single week for the rest of the year consistently. If you do that all year, I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to be booking sales calls, you're going to be making money, doubling your revenue, etc. Your business will grow. Your audience is super important. And the thing is, when you create an audience and you create content that targets a broad audience, it also opens up new segments of the market that you can sell to. So let's say, for example, you sell to decision makers in a particular industry. There's no reason why you can't sell to different team members within that organization as well. So a good example, for example, what we do at Video CEOs, is we obviously sell to the C-suite, decision makers, professional service providers. But whilst creating content, of course, we can create products or services or trainings to the marketers or the salespeople within those organizations. So instead of only going for the decision makers, we could also sell to people in different positions. Another example is we have a membership community where we get video editors to join. We help them improve their skills with AI. We help them improve their video editing, and then we can help them get jobs. But we can also sell courses and packages to them, coaching, consulting, etc. So now we're able to open up our services to a wider audience base, a wider market. We've got different segments that we can sell to. It effectively allows us to generate more revenue. This is what the big, massive, successful companies do. Another reason why you want to build an audience is just purely for social proof. So if you send an email to someone or you reach out to them via DMs on LinkedIn, the first thing that they're typically going to do is check out your profile or check out your website. They're going to Google you. So you want your social media to show up in the right places. So if they Google for your social media, they click on your Instagram, for example, you want to have a certain amount of followers. You want to have an audience there. It demonstrates that you're a legitimate company, demonstrates that you're not scamming anyone. It demonstrates that you're not offering false promises. An audience is one of the most powerful things you can have at the moment because most companies don't have one. So going back to YouTube, it's the king for so many reasons. You can create one video, put it on YouTube, it will remain there forever, generating traffic, leads, sales forever, assuming it's a good video. If you go on YouTube now to the homepage, you'll see videos being suggested to you that are 2 or 3 years old, sometimes 10 years old. I just recently searched a very old mentor of mine who no longer posts on YouTube. I think he's got about 80 videos on there and then he just stopped posting. This was a few years ago. I watched one of his really old videos because I was feeling nostalgic. And now every time I go on YouTube, another one of his videos is suggested to me by YouTube. So just think for a second, if you were to create 2 to 3 videos every week for the rest of the year and put them on YouTube, what kind of results you're going to be getting by this time next year. The thing with YouTube is that you can't necessarily target people specifically depending on their position within an organization. So if you're only hunting for C-suite, if you're only hunting for decision makers, bear in mind that you want to create video content that hits different target audiences because you want to first and foremost go for top of funnel. So you need to attack a broad audience of qualified potential customers, and then those C-suite decision makers will funnel down. So you need a broad range of different content in order to target a broad adult audience. I often get asked how you generate leads and book sales calls via YouTube. There are some people out there with 1 million subscribers and they still struggle to make money. The reason why they struggle is because they don't put any call to actions in their videos or they don't have anything valuable to actually sell. If you're watching this right now, you're most likely a business owner. You have a service to sell. So it's quite straightforward. Within your videos, you subtly sell your own services. If you go and watch some of my videos, even this one, you'll notice that I'm mentioning my services often. This is a non-cheesy way to sell, and it's a very easy way to direct people to click the links in the description below your videos. Now, not everyone is going to click the links, and not everyone is going to buy from you, but the larger your audience, the more benefits that come from it. And if you want to track how many people actually click those links, you can use bit.ly links and things like that to track clicks. And you can do a little bit more technical stuff to figure out how many of those clicks result in sales appointments and closed deals. Like I said, if you take one piece of advice from this video, that is to create 2 to 3 YouTube videos every single week for the rest of the year. Do that one thing, and I have no doubt in my mind that your company will grow. Now, when creating videos, whether it's on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, whatever, make sure that you create evergreen content across those platforms to attract sales. So on YouTube, that means you're going to create how-to videos or create videos that have headlines or tags in them that are relevant to what your typical audience would usually search for in order to find your services. You can do that by looking at Google Trends, keywords, ask the audience. There's a lot of different websites that will allow you to figure out what people are searching for, who you're trying to target. This is evergreen content. It's content that can remain on the platforms forever. People will find it organically forever as long as it remains on those platforms. If we're talking about LinkedIn, you can do the same thing. So you can create a how-to video on YouTube as an example. you can then embed that how-to video into a LinkedIn article. You're now going to get search traffic via LinkedIn as well as YouTube. You can even embed the same video onto your blog, which is on your website. So now you've got multiple ways to get search traffic. So by embedding videos in different places, you're just driving more organic traffic. What a lot of people do when they create YouTube videos as a business is that they'll make a video, put it on YouTube, and just hope and pray that it gets views, which is the totally wrong strategy. What you want to be doing is sending those videos to your email list. You want to be embedding them places, sharing them on social media, and all those usual promotional things in order to get the videos placed directly in front of the decision makers that you're trying to sell to. When making videos, always think about whether you're creating it for an evergreen reason, which means that there's going to be long-term benefits through SEO, or if you're creating it to sell something now or for something that is relevant now. Whatever content you decide to need to make it consistent. Like I said, 2 to 3 videos a week on YouTube, every week for the rest of the year. It's just about consistency. If you can make a video every day, that's even better. If you're posting on LinkedIn, try and do it every day, multiple times a day. Twitter, or now X, it's the same thing. Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're trying to create an audience or build that audience, just make sure that you remain consistent, because consistency builds the audience. It also attracts the sales calls. If you make a heap of videos now and you build a decent sized audience and then you just stop for the rest of the year and then you start posting content at the end of the year, you're going to find that those audience members are disengaged. They've already bought a solution from someone else. They've forgotten about you. So you need to be consistent. Regular content creation allows you to retain the audience, also allows you to work with the algorithm so that you can continuously build your following over time. You got to show up every day. If you look at anyone that you typically buy from, anyone that you look up to, any influencers, you will notice that they don't just disappear for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. They're posting at least every couple of days at the bare minimum. So you have to do the same, whether it's for your personal brand or for your company's brand. You need to be showing up. And because you're creating video content that also subtly sells your products and services, it allows you to stay top of mind when someone actually needs you. Now, this isn't all just about content. You can't just build a flywheel. You can't build a huge, massive, successful company from content alone, because you'll find, like the example I mentioned earlier, that you might get 2 million subscribers on YouTube and still not be making any money. There's a lot of influencers on Instagram and TikTok that have millions of followers and they make no money. The reason for that is because they don't have any sales infrastructure to back them up. You have to build client acquisition systems within your business by leveraging the video content that you've made. So each one of your videos is a sales asset. It's a sales tool. Sometimes a sales team can leverage one of those videos and send the video to a potential customer. Your marketing team can use videos as advertisements, whether it's short form videos or long form videos. One long form video can be cut down into short form pieces of content. It can be cut down into a blog article. There's a variety of ways that you can leverage pieces of video content. The important thing is that you want to make sure you have those acquisition systems in place. Have appointment setters that are reaching out to people. Continue to send emails. None of this will work without the content. So if you're creating the content, it means that when someone receives an email or a DM from you, there is content to back up your claims. And when they're doing their research throughout the buyer journey, which is what everyone does before they spend 5 or 6 or 7 figures on something, they'll do a lot of research. Your content is going to show up at those points. And if it doesn't show up, it means that your competitor's content is going to show up. And that means your competitor is going to subtly sell to your potential customers and you'll lose the deal. So for the people that come and work with us, we've got a training program called Video Sales Accelerator. This teaches you how to create video sales funnels, acquisition channels, and how to leverage virtual teams to outsource the whole process, because creating content, building acquisition systems, it requires a lot of time and effort on your part if you're a solo entrepreneur, as an example, or if you're in the C-suite, if you're a decision maker, it requires a bit of training and nuance. And if you don't know how to do it, the Video Sales Accelerator is going to explain how you can do that and how you can train your team. It doesn't matter if you create heaps of content. It doesn't matter if you send DMs to people. It doesn't matter if you send emails. You need to funnel all your traffic to a sales video. So the Video Sales Accelerator explains how to create that video sales funnel for you and how to leverage videos across different platforms, whether it's LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. One of the hardest things that I found when building my business was hiring talent from my local area or from my country. You know, Australia is an expensive place to hire people, as is America, as is the UK. Pretty much anyone within the Five Eyes Alliance is going to require a bit of a salary. You're going to have to pay them some money. If you're starting a business and you've got a low budget, or you've got a budget just generally for your business and you can't hire anyone locally and you want to save some money, you can build virtual teams by hiring offshore. So the Video Sales Accelerator training program explains how you can find some of the best talent in the world from third world countries and how you can actually train them so that they are at the level of someone that you might hire locally. So it's through this training that we're able to guarantee results for our clients, because if we were just to create content for them and there's no client acquisition system to back up the content, then they're going to be unhappy. So we have to have this in the program to make sure that every single company that works with us actually gets results. So if you're interested in learning about that, check out the links in the description below this video. Now, one of the biggest problems most people have when creating content, especially video content, is that they have to set a time and a day to actually create it. You have to worry about your background, what you're wearing. Are you a good communicator? Do you look nice today? Have you had your hair cut? You've got to make the time to do it. And most people, especially in a decision-making capacity, just simply don't have the time. There's so many other things that you have to focus on. Creating video content probably isn't one of them, even if you know video content is going to get you the results you want. Plus, you might not necessarily want to be the face to the brand, because if you want to sell the business in the future, it means that it's going to lose its value, because sales are basically generated from you creating the content. People want to work with you, and if they know that you're not with the company, it's just going to make it very difficult for the future owner to actually scale it and keep it at the same level. So that's why we create video content using AI. It's something that you can do yourself, but if you work with us, obviously you're going to have an experienced team doing this. AI enables you to create content consistently and effectively and in a way that you're able to control the transitions and keep people engaged. Whereas if you were to just create a video with you on camera, sometimes it can be a bit boring. You can turn people off. If you use AI and a video editing team, you can actually keep people's engagement. You can make it fun and entertaining whilst offering value. So this simplifies everything. It just makes it very easy for you to show up every day. You can be consistent. There's a variety of tools that we use to do this. You can check out what those tools are by joining the Video CEO's Inner Circle community, which you can find by clicking the links in the description below this video. And then it really comes down to scaling everything up. So if you're creating content consistently, if you're sending dozens of emails every day, if you're DMing people every day, and you're getting results, the next thing that you do is basically just double what you're doing in order to double the sales. So if you're sending 1,000 emails a month, as an example, and you're getting 2 sales, then double that and you'll get 4 sales. That's typically how it works. So in terms of content, instead of posting once a day, you might want to post twice a day, or you might want to set up multiple branded channels. You need to think like a media company. So creating video content, or just content generally, that allows your target audience to keep up to date with industry trends or news headlines and things like that within your industry, enables you to actually sell them better because they build trust. It shows that you're an authority. It's going to help you shorten your sales cycle in the long run. So the more video content you make, everything compounds. It's just like if you were to create 1,000 blog articles with high SEO potential, in 6 to 12 months, you're going to have a lot of organic search traffic. The only difference is a blog article doesn't go viral, videos do. So if you just create video content for the rest of the year, like I said, 2 to 3 videos every week, pasted to YouTube, whether it's for your personal brand or for your company, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that you're going to double the revenue in your business. And all you're going to want to do to continue growing is to compound on that or extrapolate it by posting video content on every social media platform and just building an audience there and selling to different segments of the market. So that's how you can generate 20 qualified sales meetings every month via inbound as well as your outbound processes. You're going to have the content in place, the client acquisition systems in place. Follow the steps in the video. If you don't follow anything except the one I told you about, which is to post 2 to 3 videos on YouTube every week, I guarantee you're going to get results. Absolutely no doubt in my mind, because we do it here at Video CEOs. It's what works for me, and it's what works for everyone that joins the Inner Circle. If you'd like help with this, if you'd like to join the Inner Circle, if you're looking for video editors, if you would like my help, check out the links in the description below this video. And of course, if you have any questions, comment below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like this video if you enjoyed it, if you got some value out of it, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.